What's going on, you guys? Lit Man Tucker's coming back at you with a book review. And as promised, I'm going into my book collection, man. Not really doing any new regular books. I've been doing a lot of audio and Pocket FM, but I want to continue to review. So I'm going way back into the book collection. And I'm just freaking going to go in order. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Skin Game by Jim Butcher. And this is of the Dresden Files series. Now, the reason why I'm doing this one first, this is actually book 15 of the series. But the funny thing is, when I came across this book, I didn't know that. I was like, oh, Skin Game looks like a good book. And then I read it and I fell in love with it. The cool thing about the Dresden Files is you don't really think about that. Like if you were to pick up any of the books, it doesn't matter what book of the series it is, you can look at that as basically a standalone book. And I know like the endings leave is like, okay, something else is going to happen. But when you hop into the book, you're not you don't feel like you're left behind, man. The action starts really fast. In this book, Dresden is stuck. He's not able to leave the area that he's in. If he does, he basically dies. So he's walking around solo. And they give a really good description, man, leading into the book. And the first thing he does is parkour. And at the time, I was really into parkour. I didn't do parkour. If you see me on the camera, I'm well over 200 pounds, and I can do a cartwheel, but I'm not doing parkour. But my son was into it. But we would always joke and say parkour, but they did at the beginning of the book. I was pretty much hooked after that, man. Got into the story. And it's very dark, you know, as you can see Dresden in the picture. That's basically a perfect description of what he wears, like a duster. There's his staff, and he still uses a revolver. Being a wizard in this setting, he can't really get close to electronics or they start to fail and mess up. Even his car, he has to drive like a real old broken down car. Just an amazing character and an amazing story. And if you do the audio, the narrator is amazing as well. So Dresden Files, man, the first one that I want to go into the old book collection and talk about. If you haven't came across this series yet and you're into fantasy, you're into urban fiction, you definitely want to check this one out. It's really high up there on my list. And it's a bunch of books. I'm going to say that it's a bunch of books, but it's definitely something good to get into if you haven't got into it yet. If you have read the Dresden Files, man, you can hop on here and share your thoughts about what you thought about this book or what you think about the series. That's all I got for this one. See you on the next one.